A very warm good morning to everyone present here. Honorable Chairman Dr. Mohan Magnani sir in his absentia, Honorable Principal Dr. Manjunath sir in his absentia, Director R&D Dr. Revati ma'am, IIC Coordinator Dr. A. Sujin sir, HOD of Computer Science and Engineering Data Science Department Dr. B. Swati ma'am, Coordinator for this program Dr. Kumar sir, distinguished speakers and dignitaries, deans, HOD, teachers and my dear friends. Now, I'll call upon Ashwin to introduce our chief guest for today, Dr. Hemachandra.
Good morning, I am Ashwin. So today with us we have Dr. Hemachandra, sir, who is here to talk to us about the importance of design thinking and critical thinking along with innovation design. He pursued his BTech from Electronics and Electrical Engineering in 2009. He also has his Masters in Control Systems from JNTU. He worked as a full-time research scholar at NIT Surat and published his thesis titled Design of Adaptive Robust Controllers for Renewable Energy Sources Integrated Smart Grid Systems. He also subsequently received his PhD from NIT Surat in 2020. He published 13 international papers for Scopus Index journals and is also a resource person for AICTE training programs. He also received a $5,000 grant from IEEE for the implementation of solar-powered assistive devices near Dodbalapur through a rural development program. He is an innovative ambassador for IIC Council in MSRIT and also the coordinator for Department of EEE at MSRIT. Welcome, sir. And sir, I would like to now call upon Kumar sir to felicitate sir with a bouquet for.
Hardly school.
So very good morning to all of you. Is my voice is audible to everyone, right? Basically for teachers we don't want the mics, right? So that's what just we will try to avoid the mics because we already have so much like a voice which can cover the entire seminar hall, we hope in that way, right? So now first I am going to ask your precious 1 hour or 1.5 hour time to being with this seminar with more attentive way, because you have to know the importance of the content and where you have to apply the knowledge what you have learned through the seminar. I am not going to promise you like entire seminar will be helpful. Maybe from that you may get 1 or 2 insights is more than sufficient. So for that whatever Dr. Kumar sir invited me for this session, that I hope that will fulfill. Yes. Now we'll go for design thinking. Now before coming to this session, what is in your mind? There will be 1 hour, 2 hour seminar will be there, right? So we have to attend that, complete that. Now after the seminar again I will ask that, what is your inputs? Now if you see the first we have to talk about IIC, institutions Innovation Council. There will be two eyes. There will be two eyes which represents the people, and C represents the teamwork. How you are working for your projects, for your study, group study, or internship, whatever you want. Extracurricular activities. For your anyway, for examinations, you will study your alone. You have to write your own. You can't write any like a group exam or something, right? Only you have to show your teamwork. Then that will help you in placement and for your career wherever you are joining into a company. Definitely, this whatever the teamwork will help you a lot. That's why this IIC event we are like organizing in any department. And now we will talk about the title of that: design thinking, critical thinking, and innovation design. Now,
the logo is an abstraction of the letters IIC. The yellow and blue strokes which represent the letter I also represent people and denote teamwork and networking. The colors used in the composition signify trust, loyalty, intellect, energy, joy, and vigor. The composition is symbolic of networking, team spirit, and innovation, which are the key qualities endorsed by IIC.
it is a Ministry of Human Resource Development initiative. Now, what is basically a design? Design is to design the design of a design. So entirely it is filled with design only, right? Design is to design the design of a design, right? Always we will interested in tongue twisters, right? So in that way, the first design is a general concept or a policy. When we are talking about a product, right? So what is the general policy? And the next design is activity. What work you are, like action of plan, what you are doing. And the next design refers to what you know you are ready to work. You have to have some little bit of plan for that. What is your plan? And finally, whatever you promised in the beginning, I am going to design a car. Finally, you end up with the outside, whatever the model, it is not going to work. So whatever you promised in the beginning, for that you have to work, accordingly you have to plan, accordingly you have to deliver the output. That is what the meaning of design is, to design the design of a design. Right? We'll move to. Basically the design thinking is an ideology. For this design thinking is not only applicable for engineering students, it is very generalized process which like school children, college, companies, everyone must adapt this design thinking. So anyway, for your third semester, you are learning this design thinking, so you can apply for your projects wherever teamwork is involved. Now, design thinking is an ideology or process to solve complex problems in highly human-centered way. For example, if I know the problem, if I know the solution, whether I have to apply design thinking? No. If you know the problem, if you don't know the solution, it may not achieve in 10 iterations or 20 iterations. You have to try and try. Then you have to apply this design thinking. For example, if you just think about Bangalore in front of your college, you will get lot of problems. People will say, sir, everyone already they found the alternative solutions. What else we can find? There are many problems are there. Just you step out from your college, just see that. You will get that. We will come back one by one. Now, present, what are the companies they are adapting this design thinking? IBM, Apple, Google, Samsung, Starbucks, so on. Fortune 500 companies, they adopted this design thinking. It is very important to know what is design thinking for engineering level. If you know this, definitely you will start applying for your works. So in the placement or for your career also, definitely it will be helpful. Now around, it is like a statistics, 1 lakh employees Infosys they trained, and still it is going Wipro, Godrej, Mahindra, Hero, Marico, TCS, and so etc. So this is the basic, a simple problem. There is a road. There is a road. Some years ago, an incident occurred where a truck driver tried to pass under a lower bridge. So after once he entered into the inside the bridge, under the bridge. So what happens? That whatever the driver cabin, he can able to cross. Backside of the cabin is not able to cross the bridge. So it got stuck in the under the bridge. So what happens? The driver was unable to continue driving through, or reverse also. He cannot go reverse. He cannot come forward. He cannot go back. And the story goes, the truck became stuck. It caused massive traffic problems, which resulted in emergency personnel, like traffic issue. You know that how much traffic we have to face in daily. So if a small truck gets stuck in the single road, how it is going to impact the remaining vehicles, we know that, right? So now what may be the solution we can provide to solve that problem? People always, and engineering people, right, whoever well-known personnel about the problem solving and all, they are coming and just they are giving suggestions, like they are giving suggestions. We have to remove the parts. We need to something like we have to cut the truck backside. Something they are giving more solutions, right? Like an engineering guy, like one of you, he is crossing the road. He attended design thinking, not mine, some other. So he just observed that there is a truck got stuck in the under the bridge, right? So then he decided, I want to help, because engineers are there to help the society, I hope, right? So he went there and he is observing that, and they are the personal, those people, they are getting like what we have to do. Then immediately he went to the higher person and higher official. He told that, why you are thinking so much? You just, what we have to do? Blow the air from the tires. Now, why not just let the air out of the tires? That's all. Just air you just blown out from the tires. What will happen? Automatically, height will get reduced. So that at least it will clear the path. Then the traffic we can clear. So when the problem comes into our life, we will think one way, two way. If you discuss, you will get 100 ways, right? And we don't know what other person is thinking about your problem. Always our problem will be a very big problem, because if you think about in that situation, for example, if you imagine a traffic police is there, what is his intention? He is not thinking about the truck, he is thinking about backside horns, right? Everyone giving horn, like it is very difficult for him to manage this and that, right? So it is very difficult to get that solution. Always we should not depend on a single person solution. We have to discuss, or we have to get ideas from the people which is more adaptable for that situation. We have to take it. It is not like, okay, someone is giving some idea, I will adopt this. No, whether it is feasible or not. If I do this, whether this is going to work or not, everything we have to check. But the solution will be a single line always. But we will think about It is like a huge, for every huge problem. Generally, in the examinations also, if question is very big, the answer will be single line answer. You always think that, right? So that's why, if the problem comes, don't get scared. You just identify and try to make the what is the solution for a simple problem in the simple way. The problem in a simple way. Now, what is this? Kingfisher. If you apply the design thinking, you will get bullet train. Right? It's a real incident is happened. Maybe you are already aware of that. This is the basic example we used to give in any design thinking course. This is the basic example we used to give, because you have to understand the impact of observation. It is not like, sir, Kingfisher is there. From the Kingfisher design, whatever the, right, from the Kingfisher, right, from that, how we can design the bullet train. It is not so, it is not happened in one day. He observed that behind what are the dynamics involved in the design, he has to prove it mathematically. So everything once he has done, then only he has to submit to the higher officials who are right to implement in a practical way. Right? It is not so easy. If I got one idea, immediately can I design bullet train? No, it is not in single day. It will, behind that a lot of work is there. But the idea is he applied the design thinking so that the work became easier for him. Now, this is one of the most important and significant problem in hospitals. When you are, like maybe not you, after some years later you can also take kids to the hospital, right? So if you are taking kids to the hospital, first they will cry. They won't go for even for injection. Maybe for some of you also maybe, right? So the people who are there in hospital also there are MBA, like whatever if problem comes. So for that also there will be managers, there will be a lot of positions are there, right? So they will think about what is the problem. People are hesitate to come to hospital. That is one thing, because everything online it is there. I will Google that. Whatever if I want, for example, if I got headache, immediately headache, what is the medicine for headache? And I will order online, right? For that it is okay. If it is a very severe disease, right? For those things, definitely we have to visit the doctor. For that, we have to follow the procedure, whatever they will suggest. In that, any hospital, if you observe, the children are like they will cry like anything once they are going to the operation room or any, even for MRI scan. For that, they discussed with the patients, and among the group they discussed, and they are coming up with a solution. MRI scans require a person not to move, but little kids cry and move around. They will, you know that. By immersing in the experience of a kid, they learned that for a kid, an MRI room must be very stressful and frightening experience. So definitely we have to make them enjoyable, even though that is a like for example MRI scan generally they go for cancer or something. Even though any cancer patients are there, right? We have to make them happy always, right? So for that they designed that kid-friendly MRI. There is no much cost is involved here. There is no much cost compared with the equipment. The design is that idea, getting that idea to solve a simple problem is difficult. So that once if you achieve, you will get success. That is what. Now you will carry the entire luggage If you want to open the dicky, again it is very difficult. So there is a one button if you keep under the car to open the whatever the dicky, so it will be easy. So this is also one of the way. Now this is somewhat interesting. Don Norman, we must design for the way people behave, not for how we would wish them to behave. If I want to design something, I have to identify for whom I am designing. It is not like I will design one product, you have to buy. Whether it is going to correct? Definitely no. I have to design a product based on your requirement, your needs or your whatever requirement. For that I have to complete my design. For example, anyway New Horizon College is autonomous, you can design your own syllabus, right? If you ask any student, like what will be the curriculum, how we will evaluation and all, they will say, sir please cancel the examinations, right? We will give full marks. Because in this, as per this, we must design for the way people behave. Like we are, for example, college will deliver the lectures to the students, you will learn, you will get the knowledge, you will write the examination, you will pass. Instead of that, directly you pass the students. That is what generally people will expect without examinations also. Right? What will happen? Then design thinking we are not applying here. Sir, as per that, we are not applying the design thinking to academics. Is it right? We must involve the people for whom it is required. For whom it is required? Students. When we are designing any curriculum, for example, I want to introduce a course, whether it will be helpful for you or not, whether you are going to find that? No. Once if you complete your graduation, alumni will be there. One of the person from the curriculum design and all will take feedback from the alumni. Current situation, what is the courses have more demand or which course is very important for students? We will take feedback from the alumni. From them, we will implement some, not like everything we won't take. Everyone we will involve in the process. So, design thinking is applicable for academics also. Right? For example, if we cancel everything, only marks, everyone is getting 10 out of 10. For example, you just assume that in this seminar hall, every student get 10 out of 10. You started one startup company, whether you are going to give an offer letter to next to your friend? Definitely no, because you know how much capability he is having. Is it right? So, to decide that anyway exam, that is different story. So now the point is, when we are designing anything, we must take the consent as well as whatever the requirements from for whom you are designing. That is what here. We must design for the way people behave, how they are behaving, what they want. If you provide this, in what way it will be helpful. So those things we have to consider. Then we need to go for design. Not like I will design this, you have to do this. No, it is not like that. Generally, what are the 10 problems? Just it may not be listed, not top 10, maybe. It may not be for your case. For everyone, top 10 will change. Uncertainty. This is very, very important. Whenever, if you want to plan anything, it may not happen in the same way. It may have so many struggles in the path, whatever you have traveled. Right? So, there is not like a straight line, always. There are lot of up and downs will be there. So, Uncertainty is nothing but it will change with respect to time. With respect to time, the behavior will change. For example, 10 years ago, we know that what is the differences 10 years ago and now. And globalization, innovation. Innovation in the sense, sir, we have to create new thing. Not required. Modify it. Whatever existing one is there, you just modify. That is called your innovation. If you want to create new thing, that is invention. Most of you are aware of this, right? So invention is nothing but I am creating unique. No one has done. If you are doing that, that will become invention. If already existing product is there, based on the requirement of the people, I am modifying, I am altering the existing product. That you can say innovation. So invention may be difficult, maybe, but innovation is easy compared with invention. So government policy and regulation. If you are starting any startup, for example, if you start any startup, we have to follow lot of regulations we have to consider. For example, if you are starting an electric vehicle or something company you are starting, so you have to follow the standards as per the rules, whatever they will suggest. As per that rules, we have to implement the particular product. Whatever the government policies are there and whatever the regulations will say, as per that we have to proceed further. And what is the current technology? Whether you are applying current technology or already it is whatever it is existing 10 years before. Now if you apply that method, that technology, it may not commercialize. You cannot get commercialized product. It may be innovation, but you cannot commercialize that product because you have to always update yourself with current technology. And diversify, complexity, information overload, supply chains, strategic thinking and problem solving. So these are the basic the problems generally when any company or industry or startup they will face during the beginning of the venture. Now, what is the design thinking mindset? Always you have to be optimized way you have to think. If I ask you a question, yes or no, you write yes or no, that's all. We should not say that paragraph answers. Right? Sometimes that may be required. If it required, you can say that. If it is not required, you can answer in an optimized way. The solutions, not like answer. In the solutions, when you are solving any solution, you have to think in an optimized way. Optimism is very, very important. Like always, we already discussed that we have to design for the people requirements. So that is what it is, a human-centered. When we are studying in engineering, the syllabus is not same as what you are studying because the entire curriculum is changed according to the students' perspective, their career point of view, everything it was changed. Right? So it is like human-centered now. And ambiguities, we have to embrace that. So you should not keep any ambiguities. You have to overcome that. And learn from failures. Every person in life, definitely we may fail while doing the innovation. You know that Thomas Alva Edison, right? How many times he failed while inventing the bulb. But still, he didn't left his work. Always, if you got fail or something, if you are not able to get whatever the desired product you want to initially promised, if you are not able to get, maybe you may be considered the first failure. Later on you make it, you learn from the failures and iterate. Many times you do the same thing. Same work, if you do that, so next time you won't get failed. And collaboration. Always you have to collaborate with other people, even with multidisciplinary is always encouraged. We will encourage that. If you are doing any project, in that project, mechanical people are important. If you are designing something, mechanical people are required. You can involve them. If electrical people are required, ECE people are required. You can involve them. Nothing wrong in that. So what we will get? We have a knowledge about the programming language, sophisticated knowledge, or you are expert in programming language. They are expert in some other manufacturing or designing something. So you have to collaborate, multidisciplinary. You can apply for outside any competitions and all. You can apply for that. And think differently. If someone say think differently, that doesn't mean that you have to tie the thread to the kid. You have to carry the dog. You should not do that, right? Think differently means it is not the way. It is about, instead of tying a thread, you just make the whatever dog to your pet. So no need to tie the thread or something. You have to avoid that. That way you need to go for. It is not like exchange the positions. Changing the positions. It is not like that. Maybe the image is visible to you last? Yes, fine. Then, this is generally we will design when we are constructing any building or something. If when we are constructing a path, it is designed in that way. But generally, how we will cross the path? This way. This is user experience. That is the design thinking. I mean, not design thinking. That is the design was happened. Now, what we need to do? Based on user, whatever you want. According to that, inventing Pythagoras theorem, they constructed that. Still we are following that only. Now Pythagoras theorem, you know, right? So we have to apply the Pythagoras theorem when we are constructing the road also. Instead of going x and y, I will going for square root of x square plus y square. Like that I have to construct the road. And most of the times, what is the main obstacle for a vehicle speed? For example, you are driving a vehicle, maybe two-wheeler or four-wheeler. Who is going to control the speed of a vehicle? The driver. Yes? Rider. Yes? Helmet. Huh? Gear, handbrake. Like whatever sir already told the answer, but right, traffic police signal, there will be a 50-kilometer board will be there, sign. Whether this is going to stop your vehicle? No. If traffic police standing is there, just we will cross like this. We will bend the vehicle, cross. If sign is there, we will check it. It will be more or less. But in Bangalore, we won't cross that. If 50 is there, our speed will be not more than 10, 15, 20, less than 20 only. So here it is not a speed issue. But basically, the speed is controlled by speed breakers. If you when you comes to near to the speed breaker, definitely you have to apply the brakes. There is no other way. If you are not applied the brakes, just generally will jump from that. So definitely we have to apply the brakes when potholes are there, or when speed breakers are there. Now, traditional thinking versus design thinking. Traditional thinking will say that you refer the textbook, you follow the books. Design thinking will say that follow the books, you implement whatever you studied, it is not like book learning or mobile learning. It is not like that. The image will show in different way. We have to understand that. The first image will be textbook, they're given as traditional thinking. The next one is mobile, innovative thinking, or we can say design thinking. That doesn't mean that if you are having a mobile in your hand, it is not like a design thinking. What is the main difference? You will learn and you leave it after examination from the textbook. From the textbook, whatever the question answer you will learn, you will write the exams. After that, if you forget, that is traditional thinking. But coming to the design thinking, if you learn from the textbook, if you are able to implement, for you anyway, you can implement the applications, right? Mobile applications and all. So if you are able to implement any one application, that you apply, there you apply the design thinking. So this is the basic difference between traditional thinking and design thinking. Like your grandparents to you, avoid failures. They will always say, be careful, avoid failures. But now, what is the generation? They will say, let it be fail, and you learn, you make. Learn fast, fail fast, learn fast, you get it done the work. And here, sustaining order, one order you have to follow. But here it is not like that. You will take the risk, you will complete the task. And time certainty is the key. And here, embrace ambiguity. You should not have any confusion. You have to clear about your problem. So, if you know the problem in a clear way, your 60% of the problem is solved. Only the problem is, you have to understand the problem. That is logical, it is emotional. We will see this. And design thinking is either analytical or intuitive approach. Which one it is? One is we will think about facts, only facts. Another one is think about strong feelings. So both, which side design thinking will come? It is like it will balance the both, 50% analytical. So we have to consider the fact, we have to consider the feeling also. Like we have to give respect to the feeling, or we can say requirement of the people. Feeling is nothing but I will feel that. It is very important. You have to give respect to that feeling. It is not like some other feeling. So analytical thinking focus on standardization, while intuitive thinking focus more on instincts to drive creativity and innovation. So this is how you will have strong facts will be towards the analytical thinking. Strong feelings will be intuitive thinking. So design thinking is in between that. 50%, 50%. It is a mix. We have to consider the fact as well as whether it is required or not. That also we have to think. And these are the 5 very, very important steps involved in the design thinking. The first step is empathize. 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 Everyone please turn your mobiles back or keep your mobiles inside of your bag. Please follow now. The first step is empathize. And the second one is define the problem. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype and test. These are the 5 steps involved in design thinking. So what is empathize? Again, empathize, define, ideate, prototype and then testing and one more implementation, commercialization. Now what is this empathy? Empathy in the sense, for example, you are a designer, you want to design something to your friend. You have to ask your friend what you want, in what way you want, why you want this, right? So all the way you have to prepare the questionnaire for that. You have to ask him friendly, it is not like interrogation. You have to ask him friendly, for what you want this, why you, like the questions also you have to ask you have to ask like right questions you have to ask, right? So, what is this empathize? Now, if you see that woman carrying a pot of water from 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, maybe we don't know, more than that also. What may be your solution for that? If just you imagine, if a person is carrying a pot of water from 5 kilometers by walk, what you are going to do? Yes? Please. You will drink the water. See, that is okay. Then again you ask her to go back and bring the pot of water. Okay, fine. So you are like end user. No problem. Next. Bike. So there is no financial that much they can afford for the bike or truck or any vehicle. Yes? Blinkit. If Blinkit is there, vehicles will be there, road will be there. Definitely. Because Blinkit 10 minutes deliver. Right? Always, as a software, like people will think about one app will be there. Click, click, click. The whatever our requirement will get delivered. Those are came from the design thinking only. Right? How the problem will get solved. For example, one of your friend told, bike. Maybe for one person we will donate the bike. But lady is okay, maybe she also know the driving, let it be. But how many we can give, how many bikes we can give? It is very more costly, right? We have to think both the ways. It is not like we will give the some bike or we will give some vehicle or something. If you are doing in that way, they are carrying parts, right? So government always they will fund the money, but you have to write the proposal for that. You have to provide the solution. This is the problem. This is the solution. I want the money to provide this, to solve this problem. If you write that, definitely now any government will encourage you. It is not about anyone. We are not commenting that. So generally, if you understand the problem clearly, what is the problem of they are facing, what way we can help them. If you understand the problem, then easily you can go further. You see that. It is very cost effective, not more than 1000 rupees also maybe. Water wheel. Reducing the time spent on collecting water in remote areas. Now they are able to use their time in more productive ways. Maybe it is not maybe a single solution. There will be a lot of solutions which involves financial requirements also. But which is less cost, that we can suggest. Whatever the solutions you have given, everything is correct only. But which one is more adaptable for that location? Whether they are able to finance that whatever the equipment you are providing or not. You have to understand both the ways. Not only the design, how they are behaving, how they are like in that region, water scarcity and all. Maybe you can go for water pump or something near to their village. But if water facilities are not there, water is not available near to their home. So definitely you have to think for alternative solution. You will have many ideas which may work, which may not work, but don't stop thinking, don't stop giving ideas. You have to give always. Whether it is right or not, nothing, we won't bother about that. But you have to give that ideas. So this is what people will do that. So they will use to carry. And this also. So filtration, water filtration. Immediate water filtration emergency. During that, why I am shown this image, an engineering guy, he designed a water filter for 20 rupees. 20 rupees. Is it affordable for everyone, right? Because whoever, it is not required for you. Here you have whatever drinking water available in college or canteen or somewhere, wherever you want. But if you think about the rural places, whatever the water intake they are taking, it is not healthy, right? So if you provide a 20 rupee solution, enough, they will purchase. It is not about commercialize the product. It is about helping the people through the design thinking process. We identified the problem, we given the solution, and it is helpful for these people. If you are able to identify and solve that, your problem will get solved. You know this, right? Airbnb. Yes, right? What is that? Home for rent, holiday packages, tours and travels, everything. There are plenty of services are involved in that Airbnb. Now, the main problem with the Airbnb in 2009, they are going to close because the revenue was around only $2,000. They are expecting more than that. But their revenue is not sufficient for the rent for the office or something. So definitely they have to close that company. For any company, for every startup company, there will be a time which they will be under so low level. They can't come out. You know that coffee cafe day. Right? So many real-time examples are there. So now what happened? Graham, one of the co-founder in that company, he visited to New York and he spent time with the customers. Why you are not booking through our app? Why you are not planning the trips through our portal? Something. He got the information that whatever the feedback given by the users, they are taking the photos. Randomly they will take the photo and they will upload in the portal. Right. The people who wants to book the rooms or something, they will see that image, they are getting the bad feedback. Okay, I don't want to go for it. Now, in 2023, if you want to do any work, which one we will give more preference? For which we will give, for example, if you want to book a hotel, for which hotel you are going to prefer? Don't say the name. For which hotel you are going to book a hotel? 5-star. If you want to go for a restaurant, which restaurant you will prefer? 5-star. It is not a, now we are in star world. All links with star. If you have 5-star rated student, for students also, 5-star rated student, immediately companies will take. Right? So, listen. So the star rating will be improved only by providing the facilities at the location. So then what he has done? He uploaded the high resolution pictures of the rooms or rented houses, whatever. Then they got revenue, it is doubled. So keep on it is increasing. Now, the next step is define the problem. It is very important. So empathize means you have to talk with the people. For example, you want to design a wallet. You want to design a wallet for your friend, right? So what you have to do? You have to discuss with your friend what, like how many pockets you want, how many cabins you want in the wallet, right? In that, what you are going to keep, whether you will carry cards or you will carry money or you will want to carry something else in that whatever wallet. If you are able to discuss with your friend, you are designing something, a wallet or something, water bottle, something. If you see that there are thousands of water bottle designs are available in the market. You just have a look in the supermarket. One water bottle is different from another. They will, like medicine reminder also will be there. Many, like every half an hour you have to drink something. It will be there, right? So that will come from the empathize. You are designing a water bottle. You are designing a water bottle to take the medicines every half an hour or every 1 hour. So that what they will design, every 1 hour you have to drink the water or you have to take the medicine. Something they will write on the water bottle. And next one is define the problem. Now, when you are defining a problem, who is your stakeholder? Stakeholder in the sense for whom you are designing for that. And in what is the problem and why the problem occurs, why the problem came, how to, like we are not thinking about the solution. Once, if someone says the problem, immediately don't give any solution. You understand the problem. For example, if your friend told any problem, he is not expecting the solution immediately. He is expecting you to listen the problem, right? First you have to listen. If you are a good listener, first you listen what is problem. Then, after completing his problem, then you can give the solution for that. Now, what is the rules when you are going for the ideas? Once if you define the problem, you need to go for idea generation. Rule number 1, do not judge the ideas. If someone given any idea, take it. Don't go for judging that idea. Let it be right or wrong. Just take it. You just note it down in the paper. And be wild. It is not always so sincere. Sometimes you have to think out of the box. Wild in the sense, out of the box you have to think. If at first an idea doesn't sound absurd, whatever the idea, if you say, for example, if you have any problem, some of your friends suggest an idea, immediately don't say that it is not going to work, it is impossible. Don't use that words. You have to say that, you will think, you write whatever the idea you want to give, you write that idea. We will refine that idea, that is very important. Build on the ideas of others. So that means, for example, one person given one idea, another person given an idea, you have to merge that. If it is required, you can merge idea-based idea. You need to build that. And in a group, everyone should not give the if I told give the ideas, everyone will tell take my idea. It is not like so. Everyone has to involve in the process. At the same time, you have to listen what others are telling or giving the suggestion. And always be conscious. Don't go for comprehensive. You just make very simple. You know the problem clearly. You have to give the solution very Very simple way. Generally, how the newspaper articles they will print. They will print in a conscious way. Otherwise, if they want to write the story, one newspaper is not sufficient. They have to iterate which I have to write in the front page, the second page, third page, something. They will work out on that. Rule number 6. Capture all the ideas. If one of your friend given any idea, you just note it down. Let everyone, if noted down all the ideas, you just try to capture that ideas. And you try to draw the sketches and drawings for the same. If you are not a good artist, don't worry. Whatever the way, if you want to draw, you draw it. And there will be lots of ideas in your mind. Only when comes to the implementation, whether this is going to work or not, you may have that doubt. You have to you forget that whether it is going to work or not. You just write on the paper. And you just think this. National winner for 2010 rainforest habitat. I choose this doodle because the rainforest is in danger and it is not fair to the plants and animals. I love everything except spiders and snakes, but I would still save them. So the name, age, grade 3. So you see that age is not a restriction if you want to design something. If you want, you just have one theme. What is that? Rainforest habitat. So because of whatever the problems we are having, so maybe it is interesting we added that except spiders and snakes, but still we have to save entire this one. And you see this shoe design. Maybe it may not suitable to you. It definitely, if you design such kind of shoes, kids definitely they will prefer this, right? They will see what is there in that and that. Cherry, 7-Up, something. And this is one more important tool when you are learning the design thinking. Scamper. Substitute. That is what innovation will come in the place of substitute. Or combine, adapt, magnify or modify. Put to other uses, eliminate, rearrange and reverse. So these are one by one we will see. Now everyone knows that McDonald's. Yes, right. I'm loving it. That is what they think. First one, substitute. They replace the potato chips. With French fries. That is a substitute for, even people like the potato. But they are not, still potato chips are there. But you know the difference, right? People, they want to taste the potato in a different way. That's all. Both are potatoes only. They are going for substitution of potato chips with potato French fries, so that their share value will get increased, their sales will get increased. Everywhere, like the product or commercialization will happen. And here also, if you see, in 1961, they substituted the Speedy logo with the iconic Golden Arches logo, which was inspired by McDonald's architecture at the time. You see that. Earlier, in 1961, that is the logo of McDonald's. After that, they substituted with this logo. And combine. So sometimes they will introduce like triple thick milkshakes, Big Mac, hot apple pie. Right. So they will give the mixture of the 3 different products. They will mix. They will serve to the people. People will like, because they want to taste. Whether like or not is a different. They want to taste that. And McDonald's collaborated with Disney to get children to buy Happy Meals, combining a free toy with the meal inside for the children. So there will be a free toy will be there. For the toy, they will purchase the meal. That is what the strategy of marketing strategy. That is a different. But here we have to think the combination. If they want to sell the product, they are giving something else along with the product and adapt. And in 1965, they introduced one more item in the McDonald's menu, that is fillet of fish. So many they will introduce every year one not fish, one item. And after that, they understand that how the race cars will change the tires instantly, and they will repair anything they will do instantly, right? So McDonald's also, they started and they are delivering to the cars. Car will come to their place, car will come there and they will deliver inside the car only. And they can go to the parking and they can have. That is, and modify or magnify. And in the Middle East, they modify their sandwich. See, always, for example, you just consider McDonald's example only. When they introduced in India, people are hesitant to purchase their products, maybe what meat they are using inside that. We don't know that, right? So what happened? Their sales are getting reduced. So always, and from a new country, you have to adapt to the localization. What people likes in the local areas, you have to change according to that. It is not like whatever I am serving to the people outside of India, same thing if you serve in India, it is not going to work. People are more sentimental in India compared with any other countries. So that is what. You have to always modify according to the local and put to other use. They are involved into real estate also. Now their earnings are more from real estate only. It is, for example, something from any startup, you earn some money, right? Don't keep on investing the same. You can venture into new industry and eliminate. So because of this, like all the cars are in queue, they eliminated the way of purchasing the items. They introduced self-service. Now any hotel if you go, most of that, definitely you will identify self-service. Or if you want to be served, you have to go to the other room. Right? If you want to have idli or dosa, definitely you will go for self-service. Why I have to go for there and something? Because they will take so much time. Right? So these people only, they eliminated the line. Self-service, to a self-service driving, they introduced that. And rivers are rearranged. That is what? Again, they introduced self-service, then they introduced that pay first, eat next. Pay first, then eat. First you pay, get the bill, then you eat. And this is the rearranging the architecture. It may not be for engineering students. It will be for elderly people, not for the front of desktop, not that one. Right? The design is important. The design, the handles, whatever it is designed, that will be helpful for elderly people. Disabled also. Right? Generally, because of the handles, you can go for any application. You can see that this is the key. design thinking. And instead of taking measurements, measuring tape, so that no need to someone will measure that something not required. You only can measure through this tape. This is one of the, you know, that problems, right? And this is somehow, this is one more design. So you can, cabins will be placed around these chairs, and the books you can keep there if you are a good reader. Shoe rack, you can go further. Under the steps, you can implement one shoe rack. Tea biscuit. It is like a combine. Anyway, along with tea, you can have biscuit also, no? So same thing. So if you want to carry many items inside the plate, you have to give more grip to the person. Now you see this. So definitely people will attract for this product. Right, this all came from the design thinking only. And the serving, U shape. And the wheels, MRI scan you already saw. And Philips lights. And selfie stick. Selfie stick also, if two people are going, it is very difficult to take pictures. We have to beg another person, please take my 2 photos or something like that. It is very difficult if only 2 people are going. So that time, selfie stick. So now whether you are using or not, but when they introduced, everyone is interested in that product, right? Definitely. Because when you want to go for a vacation, I think many people, if you see the reels also, definitely they will use the kind of stick. In that modifications are there. Innovations in the thing. Modification in the glass. Eliminate. Apple. They eliminated the portion. We don't want that. This portion they eliminated. So it creates the brand. If Apple only everything if you keep, maybe we don't know whether it is going to. Everyone will see that. Why Kattappa killed Bahubali only? We are not seeing what is the story behind that. Right? We are interested about only one line. Why this cut was there? This is also cost-effective ladder. And if you want to go for a prototype, if you are once you are empathize means whatever you want to design, you have to discuss with people. From that, you will identify the problem, then you will come up with the idea. Once if you have your idea, then you can go for prototype. So prototype may be first in the beginning stage, it may be different ways. It may be a diagram, it may be a mock-up, interaction, model, role play, storyboard or ad. Quick prototype with a paper. You can design anything. With a paper you can design anything, right? So that is what quick prototyping. So this is about process map, floor plan. So different ways of representing your idea. Your idea you are representing in a different ways. It is a CAD model. You can, if you want to design any product, you can design from that. Now, everyone please. distribute. What? If it is not sufficient, sir, one more color paper. See, we could have give white papers, but people are interested in color papers. That is what. One paper, please. You take one paper. Still papers are there. Please take one paper. Everyone. Okay, ma, listen. Listen here. Okay. You can also take one paper and money. So everyone, listen. Listen. With this paper, first, last people please serve. Last. Okay. Listen. So for this, the first thing, the first task you have to do in the paper. Dheeraj, you can give one more paper. Fine. Okay, fine. Just listen. Now, on the paper, On the paper, listen please. On the paper, you have to draw. You want to draw symbolic diagram, whatever you want. First, listen the question first. You have to draw the man, woman, baby, door, house, innovation. And you can use any one map. Any one kind of map you can use. You need to design man, woman, baby, door, house, innovation. Just take 5 minutes time or 2 minutes time, you draw it. You draw that. No, everyone draw on your paper. All it should cover. Now don't take, listen. If we given 2 minutes time, don't take your time to draw the face of a person like 10 minutes. Not required. You have to show the difference: man, woman, baby, door, innovation, house. You can so your time will start now. 2 minutes is time for you. 2 minutes time. Man, woman, baby, door, house, innovation. Something you draw on the paper. What's here, right? Okay, so you can. Last 1 minute. So you can draw as per your wish. In what way you are thinking, you draw it. Don't think other people will laugh. Let them laugh. Don't worry about
Not judge ideas.
the first point. First you have to draw that. Time up. How many of you completed the task? 1, 2, 3, 4. Just show that. Show that paper. Please show the paper. Whatever you have drawn on the paper, show it. I told we are not judging your ideas. It may be right, it may be wrong, it may be anything. We are not judging your ideas. Show your ideas. How many of you completed, right? To find where is the innovation? SUV is not given. Oh, so innovation is SUV, na? And woman, baby, house. Innovation. Fine. Okay, ma. Yes. Listen. Listen, ma. Please. Within 30 seconds, are you able to design anything? 1 second. That is what I am telling. Please listen the question first. Are you able to design anything? Whatever the paper I have given to you, which will helpful, useful, playful for anyone, for the kindergarten, or we can say the kids. Any product, you please make the product with the paper. You just make the product with the paper. Less than 30 seconds. Who will do the first? Rocket. First stand. Please stand. First rocket. Very good. Next. What is your name? Rama. Very good. Stand up. Stand up. Very good. Very good. Stand up. Stand up. Thank you. Listen, ma. Listen. You also please stand. Stand. Listen. Okay. Listen. This time up already. You are folding. Very good. Listen. So, if we give, okay, ma, listen. If we give a fraction of time, less than a minute, less than 30 seconds, immediately, are you able to understand the idea, whatever the problem, or what is the requirement of other person? Are you able to understand? Right? And whether you have done the product within instant of time. Maybe everyone we will get that idea, but instant of time they have done. Please come on to the stage. Okay, you can give applause for them at least. Okay, good. Listen, it is not only 4 of them, everyone is having idea to create something, whatever the problem statement I have told. But you have to understand the time constraint also. Maybe your product may be innovative, your product may be very, very helpful, but time constraint also very important. What is your name? Bal, who has done? Bharat. Kandapriya. Adit. You are already the first person, you are right. Very good. So immediately, very good. So everyone can able to design something, with the whatever the resources we are having. Right? Listen, ma'am. One more thing we have to understand. That is, what resources we are having, whether we use all the resources to develop whatever the requirement of the person. Then people will say, we don't have resources, we don't have that, we don't have this. With the paper only you design the basic model of that. right? Why I am telling, if you observe in Google, you have mobiles anyway, you are browsing few of them, right? You can observe in Google, Aram. They designed with the cardboard sheet. With the cardboard sheet, they designed the bags which will helpful for the school children in the rural areas. With the cardboard sheet, they will purchase or they will take or maybe they will get from the stores. They will get from the stores and they designed the school bag with that. You check it, Aram. Why I am telling? Listen. You people is having lot of knowledge and you are having so much creativity. If you apply in a good ways, if you are able to identify your team so that you can go for creative, playful, whatever you want. Finally, you need to generate the idea, you need to get the solution for the problem. Whether it is they given the time or they given any time constraint, based on that, whether are you able to do something, then we'll go for, listen, it is not today's activity, but general. When you are applying any competition, listen please, when you are applying any competition, one slide, this is the design thinking methodology we used in our project. If you put one slide, that will be a positive note for your project. When you are going for any competition, you just make one slide of that. Design thinking where you applied. In what way you have done this. What are the ideas you have generated. What is not suitable. You can see it in front of the judges. Right. And if you are selecting any for your project, listen. We have done the project in Gudimindla with CSE students only because lot of software development is involved. Right. In that information kiosk, all the information which is required for the rural people, they can access through the kiosk that we have developed. Right. So now you can choose any domain. Either you can go for healthcare, hospitality, retail, finance, education, public service. Any domain you can choose and observe the problem. First you observe that. Don't do anything. Just you observe that. And next you empathize that. And next you understand the problem. Ideas generate the ideas. Then go for prototyping with paper, with any cardboard sheet or anything, you can go for that. And one day if you spend for 2 hours, you can submit a proposal to any competition using design thinking. That is also one of the very good advantage. And you know that most of the companies, they are giving trainings to the existing employees with the design thinking. And finally you can go for testing of the whatever the prototype you designed. So what are the different products we can design? There will be, the first one is artifact. That means where art is involved, like your product, interior, fashion, jewelry, graphic, digital media, everything it will come under artifact. Sir, if I am going for design my earring, you can go for that. You design one on the paper only, you can design one earring, that you can go for patenting. That you can go for, like a design patent you can go for. Right. And jewelry designs also. If you observe that, jewelry means, I'll remember the Tata Gold. Is everyone familiar with Tata Gold, right? Right. So they were in automobiles. When they want to venture into the jewelry industry, right? The people are not shown much interest into the Tata Gold, not Tata Gold tea. I'm talking about jewelries, right? So what they have given that, what they given the advertisement, you can come with your jewelry, whatever you have, come with freely. You check you the weight and the quality of the gold. Then people, the group of people, simply we will go there, we will visit. So what will happen? The crowd will, once the crowd, it reaches to the people. It reaches to the people, definitely that will get into a very good market, right? That will enter into a very good market, right? So the same way, whatever you want to design, for example, listen here, you are designing a jewelry which is not available. You can patent that design. You can go for any jewelry, like some jewelry shop or somewhere. You can show that this is my design. How much? This is, I got the patent for 20 years. You should not copy this patent. This design you should not copy. Right? You can sell the patents also. It is, sir, patent if I done, what is the purpose of patent? You can sell the patents for price. And you can go for interaction design, user experience, anthropological design, urban planning, architecture, policy design, environment, all you can go for anything, you can go for design thinking. So these are some examples of that. Chairs, toothbrush, razor blade, screwdriver, all. Wristband, or we can say a wearable watch. And it is a process of converging and diverging. Sometimes we have to meet together. Sometimes we have to differentiate, diverge. When you are identifying the problem, you need to diverge. When you are making the problem statement, for example, 4 people are there in a group, 4 people can take 4 different problems, right? They can look into different areas. Then finally, they have to frame single problem statement, one batch, single problem statement they have to design. After that, again, it is a diverged solution you have to find. Again, coming to the, you can think in a various aspects. In what way I can identify the solution? You can diverge. And again, final product. Once you finally, if you are coming up with a solution that must be unique for each group, it is there. You should not diverge. So few designs I will show. I am not going to take much time. Experience design. Mouse. And there are different methods are available if you want to go for design thinking. So when you are defining a problem, why the problem came and what is the problem or challenge, how to overcome that. Right. So this is one kind of template when you are presenting. And stakeholder, who is your stakeholders and what is the relationship between the stakeholders and what they're expecting from the designer. So interviews, you can conduct the interviews for in the empathize stage. And what are the different phases are there? These are few things. So in empathy map, we have pain, gain, so many, what you will hear, what you need to say or what you have to do, and what you are going to think about the problem, and what you are seeing, what is the existing solution. So this is also one more important persona template. In this persona, about the person, the information, and as well as why, whatever the problem is, whatever the problem they given, why that is important, in what way I have to solve, right? What are the requirements? Everything you have to. So these are like just take 1 minute time. If you just think about Google, what is the main problem you will face? Think about Google. What solutions come to your mind if you think about Google? That means first you have to think about what is the problem with the Google, right? So similarly, we have many. Okay. Right.
We are deeply grateful to Dr. Hemachandra for taking the time and effort to address for today. We are fortunate to have the chance to listen to your wisdom and learn from your expertise. Your talk was not only informative but also engaging. He challenged us to think critically, creatively about the issues we face daily. We hope to have more opportunities to interact with you. Thank you, sir, for a wonderful session.
You that later.